Okay, today's lesson is multi-step equations with fractions and decimals. Today's objectives are to solve multi-step equations with fractions and to solve multi-steps with equations with decimals. Okay, the first example A, we're going to state the first step in solving each equation. There are some ways we're going to do this a little differently. Most of the time, with two-step equations, if I look at A, it's a two-step equation. I want to get rid of the 6 first. So what am I going to do first? Yes?
You're going to add 6?
Add 6. So I'm going to go step add 6. And that's all we're going to do on that one.
That's it?
That's it. That's all we're saying. We're not finding out the answer yet.
State the first step.
That we're just stating the first step.
What does A have to do with it?
Cough, cough, cough.
Okay, so B. We're looking at B. I am looking at 1/5. Now, to get rid of 1/5, instead of distributing 1/5 to everything, I'm going to bring it over, get rid of 1/5 altogether. And the best way to get rid of 1/5 is to multiply by its reciprocal. So 5 over 1. So I'm going to multiply by 5 to both sides. And that is my answer. So multiply by 5. Here's my answer. That's a great way to get rid of a fraction quickly. C. I have no distributing to do, but I do have a adding by 5. So how can I get rid of adding by 5? Yes.
Subtract 5.
Subtract 5. And there you go. Okay, now that we have our 1 steps, we can do the rest of the steps together. So now I'm going to look at example 1B and solve them. So if I look at A, I said on step 1 we're going to add 6, and we're going to add 6 to both sides. So I have now 2/3 in equals 28. Now I have 2/3 in. How do I get rid of 2/3? I'm going to multiply by what? Reciprocal, which reciprocal of 2/3 is? 3 over 2. Okay, so n equals 42. Okay, B. I said we multiply by 5 to both sides, so I multiply by 5 on this side and I multiply by 5 on this side, so it's going to be x plus 2. I can take away the parentheses. Equals 15. Now I made it a one-step equation from here. So now what do I do to get rid of 2? Subtract 2. Very good, Cisco.
X equals 13.
So x equals 13. Good job.
Easy.
C. We said we subtract 5 to both sides. So it's negative 3/8 t equals negative what? Ooh. 23. Very good. Now, I'm going to have to get the reciprocal, which the reciprocal is what?
8 over 3.
Negative 8/3. Negative 8/3 over 1. All right, so I looked at it. It's 184 over 3, and so it's 61 1/3. Okay, please try D and E all by yourself. Have fun. Put me on pause. Okay, so today D is K equals 50 and E is M equals 10.5. By what number would you multiply example 2A? By what number would you multiply each equation to get an equation without denominator? So what you're going to do is find a common denominator for A, B, and C on this one. So a common denominator would be 20. So there's your answer for that one. On B, 6. And
12.
C, 12. Marky's got this down.
Woo! I know. Thank you.
So example 2B, so I have, I'm going to multiply the whole thing by 20, and I'm going to distribute it. So 2/5. So, okay. 5 goes into 24 times, so 2 times 4 is
10.
8x.
Sorry.
Plus 20 times 2 is 40. Equals 4 goes into 25 times. 5 times 3 is 15.
Is that a plus or a 40?
That's a plus
I
40.
mean a T.
That's a plus sign.
Sorry.
I have no T on A. And now you have a two-step equation. So I'm going to subtract 40. Subtract 40. 8x equals a number. 25. And then you can do divide by 8.
Wouldn't that be negative 25?
Thank you. And x equals a number. Negative 25 over 8 or a mixed number.
Negative 3 and 1.
Negative 3 and what?
1/8.
1/8.
I'm not in this math class.
I know. Okay, B, we said that we can multiply by 6. 3 goes into 6 2 times. 1 times 2 is 2b minus 6 equals 5. Then I can add 6.
Wait, wouldn't that be 4? Negative 4?
Negative 4. What do you mean? 8 can't go into 25. Oh! No, it's 8 times.
I mean on B. Wouldn't it be 2b minus 6 equals negative 4?
Negative 4. 6 goes into 6 one time, and 5 times 1 is... There's a 5 on top, sweetie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not out.
So it's 2b equals 11 divided by 2. B equals 11 halves or 5 1/2. This one, you said you can multiply by 12. So it's going to be negative 7 plus 12y equals 2. Add 7. 12y equals 9. Divide by 12. On this one, it's going to be just a fraction. Reduce it. Do not turn it into a decimal. So 3 can go into both. So 3/4. I'd like you to try D and E all by yourself. Put me on pause.
Have fun.
Okay, so here's your answers. P equals negative 1/15 and Z equals 16
Make
7/8.
sure you got it right. Don't be wrong.
All right, here's some decimal stuff. Solve each equation. Okay, so we're going to do it a different way today. We are going to get rid of the decimal before we do anything else. So, if you look at it, we're going to say it in the mathematical terms. 1 5/10 x minus 3 6/10 3/10 equals 2 4/10. So, what do I have to multiply by to get rid of the decimals? Well, the highest number is tenths, so it's going to be multiplied by 10. So we're going to multiply everything by 10. So I'm going to have 15x minus, because I'm just moving it over by 1 decimal. Now I have a two-step equation without any decimals attached with it. Add 36 to both sides. And that is going to be 10, 60, and then multiply by 15, and that's a number. Miss Carson cannot. All right, the next one I have, the hundredths is the highest place over on B, so I'm going to multiply everything by 100. So that means I'm moving the decimal over 2 spots this time. So since I'm moving it over 2 spots, it's going to be 106 P minus Well, where's the decimal on the 3 located? Behind the 3. So I'm going to move it over and move it over twice. So it's going to be 300 equals, move it over twice, so it's 71. Then I add 300. 106p equals 371. 371 divided by 106 is 3.5. And there you go. That one. See, I have up to the 1,000 spot. That's the biggest number I have on the thousandths. It's not really the biggest number, but the highest thousandths or spot. Decimal spot. So we're going to go with a thousandths. So that means I'm going to move it over 3 spots on all of them. So that means I'm going to move it over 1, 2, 3. That's 200x plus equals 1, 3, 7, 2 on that one. Oh, this is big numbers going. 200x equals 1, 3, 7, 2 is 1, negative 1868 divided by 200. Big chance it's another decimal. Yep. X equals 9.34. Is it a negative or a positive? Negative. One's a negative and one's a positive, so it's going to be negative. I'd like you to try D and E by yourself. Please do it. Okay, here's your answers. X equals 115 and M equals 80. Goodbye.
Pie!